Now we're going to move on to some algebra problems. So we've got some worded problems here. Amy has 13 less shots during her round of golf than Scott. How many shots did Amy have if Scott had 97? So Amy's going to have 13 less than that, which equals 84. If Scott has 93 shots, and Amy has 13 less than that, you need 93 minus 13, which is going to equal 80. Now we come to bring a little bit more algebra into it. We don't know exactly how many shots Scott has. We want to write a rule for Scott having X shot. X might be 50 shots, 60 shots, 70 shots. So it's going to be X minus 13. So Amy is going to equal X, which is what Scott had, minus 13. So Amy's score is going to be 13 shots less than Scott. When Scott has X, it's just X minus 13, just as when Scott had 97. It's 97 minus 13, 93, it's 93 minus 13. Bruce spends 12 hours listening to One Direction yesterday. How long will he spend listening today if he spends 4 more hours than he listened to yesterday? So that's going to equal 12 hours yesterday plus 4 is going to equal 16. Next one's 3 hours less than he listened to yesterday. So that's going to equal, yesterday was 12, minus 3, which equals 9. And we should be putting units in here, 9 hours, 15 hours, and even back here, we should better put shots. 80 shots and 13 shots. Okay, and now we bring in a rather than a number, just a alert that stands for number. X hours more than he listened to yesterday. So yesterday was 12 plus X is going to be the number of hours. And W hours less than he listened yesterday. So it's going to be 12 minus W hours. Okay. John is cleaning golf clubs. He gets X dollars. How much will he receive if he cleans Z golf clubs? So the amount is going to equal the X he gets for every set multiplied by Z, the number of sets of golf clubs that he cleans. Just as if he had been getting $5 and cleaned 10, it would be 5 multiplied by 10, which is 50. In this case, he's getting X. For cleaning Z, it's X multiplied by Z. When we write XZ like that, remember there's a multiplied sign in between. Okay, a few questions to be simplified. In this case, the way we can simplify is we can put like terms together. For example, 8 minus 7, we know that that's going to equal 1. We can add our x squareds, and we can add our x terms. So let's start with the x squared. We've got minus 2x. We've got to keep in our mind what the sign is. Minus 2x squared plus x squared. So that's going to be, if we start with minus 2x squared, we add x squared to it. It's going to get us to minus x squared. Now we think about the x's. We've got a plus x and a plus 6x. That's going to equal plus 7x. And just a reminder, when we've got plus x, that's the same as saying plus 1x. So we don't see a number in front. It's just a 1. So we've got 1x plus 6x. That's going to be 7x. And 8 minus 7 equals 1. So this simplifies to put x squared terms together, minus x squared plus 7x, we've got plus x plus 6x, and 8 minus 7 plus 1. Okay. In this question here, we've got all multiplied. 4c multiplied by 3c multiplied by c multiplied by 7. we can multiply through the numbers and multiply through the c's. So 4 3s are 12. 12 by 7 is going to be 84. So it's going to equal 84. And the c's, c times c is c squared, times c is c cubed. So when we multiply that all through, we get 84c cubed. Now we come to some of our algebra, which is around expanding brackets. In this case, we're going to multiply 4 by x and 4 by 4. So 4 times 4 is 4x plus, 4 times x is 4x, and 4 times 4 is 16. So our pattern is that we multiply outside bracket by the first and then by the second, keeping in account that we have to think about, reminder what our signs are. It's all positive here, so that's not too bad. It gets a little trickier in the next one. So let's have a look here. We have to think about our signs. We've got negative 2 times 2x. Well, 2 times 2x is going to be 4x. We've got a negative. So negative times a positive is a negative, so we're going to have negative 4x. And now we've got 2 times 4 is 8. We've got a negative multiplied by a negative. A negative multiplied by a negative gives us a positive, so it's going to be 4x plus 8. So we've expanded that one. Expand and simplify. So as we go to these, we're going to be thinking about, are there some things we can do once we've expanded, probably putting terms together. But let's have a look what we've got. 4 times x, the same pattern we've done before. 4 times x is 4x, plus 4 times 2 is 8, plus 6. And that's going to equal, there's nothing we can do with the 4x, but we can add the 8 and the 6 together. So we can get 4x, 8 and 6 should equal 14. 4x plus 14. Let's have a look at this one. Not going to be able to immediately do much with 3x plus 3, but let's expand out our brackets here. Here we've got 3 times x, which is coincidentally also 3x, and 3 times negative 1. 3 times 1 is 3. Positive by negative is negative, so we can get minus 3 here. And if we expand that further, plus 3 minus 3, that's just going to give us 0. 3x plus 3x, when you've got 4 cars and 4 cars, and you add them together, you have 8 cars. We've got 3x plus 3x, that's going to give us 6x there. So that all simplifies down just to 6x. A little bit more work on the expansion here. Let's put it over to the next page so we can see, because we've got a couple of areas we're going to multiply out. So let's multiply here. 3 times a is going to give us 3a, plus 3 times 2b. So 3 times 2 is 6. The b stays the same, so it's going to be 6b, plus 2 times a, which is 2a, plus 2 times b, which is 2b. So that's going to equal 3a plus 2a, which equals 5a, plus 6b plus 2b, which equals 8b. So that's simplified that as far as we can go. Now we come to a different sort of expansion here. This is where the rule where we multiply the first by the first, first by the last, then the second by the first, and the second by the last. Some people call it FOIL. First by the first, then the 2 outside, outside by the outside, the 2 insides, and the 2 lasts. So let's start here. We start with the a. A times a, that's going to equal a squared. Then we multiply a by the 3, so it's going to be plus 3a. Then we multiply the second term here, negative 4 times a, so 4a, 4 times a is 4a and it's a negative, so minus 4a. And 4 times 3 is 12, but we've got a negative in front of the 4, so negative times a positive is a negative, minus 12. We can simplify that a little bit more. It's still going to be the a squared as the first term, But then we're going to have plus 3a minus 4a. So if we think plus 3a minus 4a, that's going to give us negative 1a, which we just write as negative a, minus 12. And that's our answer for that one. The next one is a little trickier, and the hard part about this is when we see a whole lot of brackets, you might remember back to our order of operation. So where we start doing brackets all the way down to doing subtracting. So this subtracting sign is going to be the very last thing that we've got to do. So we're going to multiply out each side of this equation as we go. So 2a times a is going to be 2a squared. Plus 2a times minus 2. So 2a times 2 is 4a. There's a positive and a negative, so it's going to be negative minus 4a. Plus 3 times a plus 3a. And 3 times negative 2, or 3 times 2 is 6, but there's a positive and a negative, so it's going to be minus 6. So that's multiplied out this side of the brackets. Now, we're taking away the second side, so I'm going to leave a set of brackets in to remind me we've got to take away all these terms that we multiply out. 3a times a is 3a squared. Three a times 2 is 6a. 1 times a is just going to be 1a. And 1 times 2 is just going to be 2. So what we can do is we can say we have to take away all these terms. We can now get rid of these brackets by multiplying each of these things by negative 1. So let's do this. The first half of the equation, we'll just cheat a little bit here and cut and paste it because nothing's going to change with that. And now for the next part, it's going to be minus all of these, minus 3a squared minus 6a minus a minus 2. Now we've got to put all the like terms together. We've got 2a squared minus 3a squared. So that's going to be a negative number, negative a squared. We've got minus 4a plus 3a. So that's going to take us to minus 1a. Minus 6a is minus 7a. Minus a is minus 8a. And then we're left with the numbers minus 6. Minus 2 is minus 8. So that's as far as we can simplify that equation. And that's the end of those algebra equations.